Love is like a roller coaster, but I'm trying to hold on. I don't want it to stop. Even though we fight sometimes and it feels like a war zone, I still care about us. How do you move on when everything goes wrong? I'm trying to find a way to get you out my head. Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget about what we said. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. Baby, pull me closer now before it's over. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Oh, I know that it's difficult dealing with emotions, but I want you to know that you'll always be on my mind. Even in the hard times, I care about you.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. I did have the girls move everything off the wall and put it out there in the living room. I'm going to go ahead and start by just painting this wall and probably a little bit of portion onto this wall, but I'm not going to do the rest of the room quite yet, purely because their beds and stuff are there, which is okay. Don't worry though, you guys need to make sure you come back because there's gonna be room here. I promise everything will work out okay. It's going to work great. It's gonna look a lot better and a lot less messy, a little bit easier for them to organize their room and their space. So we're gonna go ahead and just got all that out of the way, and we're going to go ahead and just start on this side, and we're going to start by painting. We are using Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams, which is what we've used out here in the living room. It is a beautiful creamy white color. It is a little bit on the warmer side, not the cool side of the white tones, but it is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I will say though, we don't usually get it mixed in Sherwin-Williams. We do just use Valspar Signature that we get at Lowe's. I love Valspar. It cleans easily. It works great. I absolutely love it. And this is the satin finish. So it actually looks like they might have used a semi-gloss on the walls here. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what it looks like. So Fred already went ahead and filled all the holes for me. I was gonna take the baseboards off, but I might just wait for Fred on that and see his opinion on it, because the tile, when they tiled the floors, they tiled it right up against the baseboard. So I don't know how I'm going to go about removing that in an easy way. So for now, it's just going to stay there. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint. We'll get stuff built and kind of go from there before Fred gets home. But yes, so the to-do list is long. I only have a matter of a few hours because, you know, I'm taxi mom. So yeah, let's go ahead, get to painting.
You move on when everything goes wrong. I'm trying to find a way to get you out my head. Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget about what we said. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. Baby, pull me closer now before it's over. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Oh, love you a little.
Although this is not what this video is about, I do want to give you guys a little bit of a backstory for those of you that don't know why we have 3 children in one room. First, hi, I'm Tammy. This home we purchased just over a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. We put our home on the market back in Nebraska, sold it, and moved all the way down to East Coast Florida. We bought this home, you know, in the height of the market when it was technically a seller's market, not a buyer's market. However, things all just kind of fell into place at that time, and so we moved and this is the home that we were able to afford. Unfortunately, you know, money did not go very far in this market right now, but it is what it is. We absolutely love our home. We definitely wanted a ranch style home. It was very important to us to have a brick home, not a wood frame home, especially down here, you know, in hurricane area. So this home was what was in our budget. It is a 3-bedroom home. It was built in the 1980s. It's a ranch style, and honestly, we absolutely love it. We have spent the past year and a half kind of just doing things around the home, updating things and making it our own. So down to maybe the question that you guys have. We are a family of 6. We have 4 kiddos and then my husband and myself. What was in our budget is a 3-bedroom home. That's what was on the market. And so that is what we bought. We actually had a 3-bedroom home back in Nebraska as well. And our girls, we have 3 girls and a little boy. Because of them being 3 girls, they share a room. They are almost all teenagers. Our youngest daughter is 12, and then we have a 14 and a 16-year-old. So they do share a room. Honestly, our 14 and 16-year-old has shared a room from almost the very beginning. They have always loved sharing a room. I do know now it's kind of a little bit on a mix on whether they want to share a room or not, but unfortunately you don't have a choice. But you know what? It is what it is. They have a roof over their head, and you know, so anyway, I don't have to explain myself, but I did want to just go ahead and give you guys a little bit of an idea, backstory, of why they share a room. So I will say that they used to have a triple bunk bed that we purchased, and it actually was a major space saver, and we loved it. It is now in our son's room actually, but he only uses like the middle bunk, and then the top bunk is actually not even put together, and he uses it more like a loft bed, because when we moved, the girls, although they knew that it was going to take up more space, they wanted, you know, just regular twin beds, and they would figure that spacing issue out. So since the move, we have been trying to figure out a way to make their room work for them, and this is basically the beginning of that process. So that is where the library wall is coming into effect. And as you can see, I am using the Ikea Billy Bookcases to make this wall. I did a lot of Pinterest searching and stuff like that. The girls definitely had their hand in the plans, but it is a lot of surprise as well. I know our oldest absolutely loves to read and definitely needed places to put the bookcases like you saw, or put the books. So she needed something different for a bookcase, as well as the other girls did for storage and stuff like that. As you saw, they did have a cube shelf, and actually the bookshelf that was in there was my dad's when he was a little boy, but it just wasn't greatly organized. So I wanted to start off their makeover by giving them some way to organize their space a little bit better, and that is when I found the library wall concept using the Ikea Billy Bookcase. So I've actually seen people use Target or Walmart or even Amazon bookshelves. I decided to go with Ikea. We have 2 Ikeas near us, and so the quality is just so much better than other places. I know it's kind of hit or miss with Ikea, but these bookshelves actually turned out really great, and it was just kind of an idea of putting the bookshelves on the wall and basically lightening and brightening the room and giving a better option for not necessarily clutter, but their stuff for storage.
Get a little dirty, baby, nothing you ain't gonna take, yeah. Fire burning like I do under my tattoos. It's a remedy, 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 yeah. And the way you go, baby, don't you know it's a remedy, 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 yeah. Drugs and cigarette smoke, is it the print you wanna leave behind? Get all those cold eyes cold looking, but say bye, bye, bye. I don't wanna talk before the moment slowly slips away.
the shelves are done. They were a lot harder and sturdier than I was actually expecting, so definitely a great price. There's still the pressed wood, you know, whatever, but they are very heavy and very nicely made compared to anything I've ever bought at like Target or Walmart or anything like that. So definitely happy that we went with IKEA. I do need, obviously the floor is not it's either the floor or the wall, which I'm actually pretty sure it's the wall, is not level. It's okay. House is old. It was built in the 80s. But it did come with brackets to attach it to the wall. So I definitely want to do that. And then I also want to caulk the seams here. I'm going to have Fred probably cut the baseboard out on that side. We don't need to do it on this side though, because as you can see, it comes like with a little bit of a ledge cut out on it, which is really nice. So there they are. I'm super excited to have that step done. But the next step is the bench.
Baby, nothing you ain't gonna take, yeah. Fire burning like I do under my tattoos. It's a remedy, 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 yeah. And the way you go, baby, don't you know there's a remedy, 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 yeah.
Thing about doing all these projects is we basically have all the tools we need, and that we have slowly purchased over the years of, you know, just doing home projects ourselves. So if you don't have access, or if you don't already have a lot of the tools that I'm using in today's video, definitely check out like Sunbelt or Lowe's, maybe even Home Depot or places like that. And there's a lot of rental options available if you do not have access to these tools. I also want to say, in the very beginning of my home making projects, I was very scared of this saw. I don't know. I guess I watched too many like scary movies or something, or I've seen so many bad things happen with these saws. But you know what? I have since just become really good at using it, and I don't mind it at all. The only thing I wish we had it on a table, because your girl's knees were killing her after kneeling on this hard concrete and the tile floors inside our house. It is not comfortable, and my knees are not great anyway, so especially because I have a previous injury. I've broken my kneecap, I have torn my meniscus, and I don't even know what else. So kneeling on that concrete floor was such a pain, but you know, you do what you gotta do to get the job done. So another fun thing too, you see my son, I was actually in the middle of cutting the boards when I had to leave and go get him from school. And so one of his nightly homework activities is to go over his words and, you know, with spelling and that. And so I'm like, okay, buddy, you know, just bring your spelling words out here when you're done with your math homework, and we will work on them while I am building this bench. So that's what you see him hand me, and I have to apologize because he did kind of step in front of the camera a minute, but it's okay. I was like, okay, move out of the move. There's a camera there. Oh, he says. It was so cute. But anyway, so back to what I was originally saying. I do want to give you guys the encouragement to use power tools. You guys can, if I can do it, you guys can do it. It is not as hard as it looks. And honestly, it just makes life a lot easier when you're doing a lot of home projects like we do.
Up, but it's time for me to be dropping down my defense. I realize I wasn't there for real. What I did didn't make any sense. How can I get you close? I see why you'd be so cold, but you need to forget everything that I've told you. 'Cause I ain't playing it low-key, baby. I'll bring you right back home. And oh, it dawned on me, yeah, yes it did. What we heart was golden, you gotta know. I was standing on the border. The walls around me kept me safe. I couldn't see that I was shutting you out. I'm stuck up in pride. I'm waking up now. Want you to know that I need you. Waking up now. You gotta know that I need you. I'm waking up now.
Alrighty guys, it is the next day, but last night Fred went ahead and attached the bookshelves to the wall. They just have, let's see if I can show you guys, they just have some L brackets that the bookshelves came with that just attach right to the top. And then he cut out the little piece of trim there so that the bookshelf would just kind of slide up against the wall. We do live in an old house, so it's not quite flush with that, but that's okay. That doesn't really bother me. He attached the bench to the wall. I did have him put little spacers in between the bench and the bookshelves, but that's because I'm going to go in and I'm going to widen it a smidge. I just think it would look better that way. And then that way too, it gave more space here for the TV because we're going to take it off of that wall and bring it over here. We actually aren't using that one. I lied. This one will be going in our bedroom. It is a smidge bigger. I think this is a 46 inch and in our bedroom we have a 42 inch and that will fit better in this space because I think the space is about 43 to 45 inches. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, so I did have him, I put spacers in between there, and so today I'm going to cut some boards to fit here and then on this side, and that way too I have somewhere to nail the shiplap to. So we're going to go ahead, put those boards on, we'll get measurements for the shiplap, cut the shiplap, nail it all on, and get it painted. So I think that's what we're going to get done today. Hopefully, we only have a few hours before I gotta pick up my son, but hopefully we can get that done and before I have to do that. So let's go ahead and get to it. So excited to finally be doing this makeover for my girls. It was quite a while in the making. When we first moved to Florida, our very first focus was redoing our kitchen. We completely tore out the old one and put in a new kitchen. The only thing we didn't do in there was basically putting the countertops in. We did have those installed through Lowe's. But otherwise, yeah, we do a lot of projects ourselves, and you know what? You know, people may say that we have like the landlord special or whatever, but we honestly do our best, and do as much research as possible when it comes to products that we use, how to build things and all of that. Again, I know we are not professionals, but we have really done a lot of projects over the years. A lot of that is because of, I get these crazy ideas, and thankfully I have a great husband who kind of goes along with them, and then helps me out when I either get frustrated in whatever project I'm doing, or helps me out when I get stuck at a certain point in different projects. So like I said, we've done a lot of projects. We started with the kitchen. We have done our bathroom. We installed a vanity. We didn't paint or anything like that. Eventually I would like to move back to our bathroom and put in like a shower doors, glass doors in that, and eventually I will paint in there. And then we did the fireplace in our living room. We installed a an electric fireplace, which that was so much fun. Or it wasn't really fun. It is actually very time consuming and semi-stressful because I make plans and then I kind of just wing it after my plans. It's all a whole thing. But anyway, it actually turned out so good. If you haven't seen any of our previous home videos, definitely check those out. They are very encouraging, I guess. Which I love to do here on my channel. I love to encourage you to do things that maybe is out of your comfort zone. Especially when it comes to like home projects and whatnot. It is definitely a money saving benefit of doing things yourself, especially if you can. I know there's some things like electrical or plumbing that we can't technically do. We can change out like light fixtures and stuff, but we would never be able to like run lines and stuff. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes you do need to hire the help. But anyway, these are just some fun projects I absolutely love doing. So I was super excited to finally start the first of the bedroom makeovers, which is going to the girls. And I'm hoping that at some point we can work on Freddie's room and our room. Fingers crossed, maybe we can do Freddie's room here coming this summer.
That good loving. Come on and show me that, show me that, show me that you're the one. I move to the left while you move to the right. While you try to fight, just come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good loving. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that.
Alrighty guys, it is time to officially paint. You'll notice there's no top. That's because we're going to put hinges on it. And it not only does it need to be cut special so that, as you can see, it needs to come out to cover this little edge a little bit, which is fine. My husband is better at the saw than I am, so I'll have him do that. But as you can see here, we did put some trim pieces on to kind of give it that finished look. We got the trim across the top and the sides here. This board will actually come out. I need to stain it. I haven't decided if I'm going to actually stain it or like the seat part, if I'm going to stain it or I'm going to paint it. But I think I'm going to stain it. If anything, I'll probably maybe do like a clear coat on it. I haven't fully decided, but I do want to go ahead and get the rest of this painted today. These shiplap pieces are already primed, so they are ready to go. And then I'll just paint around the edges here, get that all taken care of. And that's pretty much our last step besides the lid. And then I also just need to put the shelves in. I need to have the hubby hang the TV. And I think that's it. We are coming along nicely and I am so excited. I cannot wait to get this all done. And then we can move on to the other part of the room, which I am also very excited to get done. It'll give them a walkway here, but this was the biggest project, so this needed to be done first. So I'm super excited to get moving on this. We are like in the finishing stages here.
Give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that good loving. Hey, like me, I love when you groove like that. Boy, can't you talk to me? It's what I want the most in my life. They say.
You know, there's a saying, measure twice, cut once. And I've measured and measured and measured this project and I still screwed it up, you guys. So I just want to say, don't be afraid to make mistakes. I think I've actually made quite a few mistakes with this on measurements, which I think you'll see. I think I left that clip in. I think I got it. But you'll see I am not perfect. This is far from perfect, but I am doing my best. And I definitely made a few mistakes along the way. Even though I measured, I still screwed up. So don't be afraid. Just, you know, a tip from Tammy, don't be afraid of the power tools. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I mean, that could go for really anything. It could be for your home projects and it could be for life. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Just try your best. And yeah, your best is enough. It is, you know, it's basically at least you tried. So anyway, mistakes can be fixed. That's the beauty of mistakes most of the time. And so yes, I do want to keep that real with you guys. I definitely cut some wood pieces very wrong, and it is what it is. I had to actually buy, it was a like $4 mistake, I think. So it ended up working out in the long run. It's okay. And I'm glad that it worked out. I'm glad that I was able to fix it. And it wasn't so big. It was basically, just this trim piece that I'm currently painting. I cut it too short and I needed it to be, you know, like 2 inches longer. It was a whole thing. But anyway, I just want you guys to know, do not be afraid to make mistakes while you're working on your home projects. So here's the other mistake that I made. Let me know in the comments before I tell you what my mistake was. Can you guys see it? Because I did not see it. I painted this whole thing. I went with it. I was so happy things were going so much better. And my son came home and was like, how does this work again? Because it's not going to work, Mom. Yes, it took a 9-year-old to tell me what my mistake was.
I might be broken down, but I'm smiling. I keep my head up high, though I fail. Sometimes I get a bit emotional, but then I turn around and let it go. I see you watching me from a distance. I see you can't decide what to feel. But if you dig a little deeper, boy, you know you really wanna get to know me. Let's get this out of the way. I can't wait another.
Alrighty, so I'm sure you saw there was a little bit of a gap on the edge over here. You know what? It is what it is. We're not buying a new board because that's like a $14-15 board. I realized where I went wrong with the measuring. We actually measured initially for 19 inches, but I missed measuring, adding the shiplap and the little trim piece. So we're about an inch or two off with all that. So I actually am glad that I had this other board, this other 1x2 that I initially miscut that we already took off, because I'm going to put that back there, shove this white 1x3 all the way back up against it. We'll screw that 1x3 in from the bottom of these 2x4s to attach it so it looks seamless, caulk around everything, and then we'll push the bench back and put hinges on. I do already have a few hinges. When we first moved here, we changed out all the hinges to our doors, to every door in the house, because for whatever reason things rust like crazy down here in Florida inside the house. So I replaced all the hinges and we actually have 3 left. They're black, which whatever, it'll just match the actually it'll just match like the door, and you see the hinges here. That is what they will look like. So we're just going to connect those. Once everything is dry, we'll get everything put together, and I think we're pretty much on our final steps. Obviously I have some paint mess to clean up, but that's fine because actually it's really easy once it dries to scrape off this floor. But like I said, we're pretty much there. We just need to put the bookshelves in and do some caulking, hinges, and that's about it. And this part of the project will be done. I am so excited. I cannot decide what we're going to do over here. For now, I think we're just going to leave it because it's not an even space. So I don't know how to make it look even. But yeah, the rest of it is coming along so well. I'm so happy because yesterday I was on the struggle bus with it all, but it is turning out really well. And I am very, very, very happy with how this is going.
To tell you, you shouldn't wait. Don't be so afraid.
This was one of the jobs that I needed my husband for. As you can tell, those are not my arms anymore. He did come in and help install the piano hinge, and then he also hung the TV. And what we decided to do with the TV, because there is an outlet inside of this bench, and like I said, we cannot do our own electrical, so we didn't really want to move it. But what we ended up doing is just cutting a hole in the wall behind the TV, and then a hole in the wall at the base of the inside of the bench to run the wires from the TV down to the bench so that everything can be plugged in. But there's not wires hanging everywhere, and then that way we didn't have to cut a hole in the top of the bench. So also, while this is on, we just came up with the caulking. Oh, this was so infuriating. I'm not even gonna lie. I do not like doing this part of the project, but I really just wanted to get it done. I will say though, we bought this caulking gun. It is the Craftsman, but I know, oh goodness, there's another, I think it's Ryobi also makes one, but these things are so amazing. I absolutely love it. It was actually, I don't know if you guys watch Bobby and Cambria or Cambria and Bobby, or Living with Cambria. They actually have two channels. They have a cleaning, Living with Cambria is their cleaning channel, and then Cambria and Bobby is their family vlog channel. And they actually have one of these battery caulking guns, and they are a literal game changer. So I have carpal tunnel, and it really bothers me to squeeze things for long periods of time, and so your manual caulking guns are really hard for me to use, and this thing was a total game changer. We actually picked it up at Lowe's because Fred, my husband, has like all the Craftsman tools, where Bobby actually recommended the Ryobi one. But anyway, so we picked up the Craftsman one, absolutely love it. What we actually ended up doing, I think, oh, they were having a sale, and I can't remember exactly how the sale went, but anyway, if you don't have a caulking gun and you do a lot of caulking jobs, definitely check it out. We absolutely love it. It worked so well. There is a smidgen of a learning curve if you are used to using the other type of caulking gun, like the manual one. But anyway, definitely works out. I absolutely love it. But it is time to install the shelves, and I will tell you that these little things that you have to put in here were so hard. There was so many holes, and I was having a hard time counting and making sure they were level. I was like, I am so over this project. I told my husband so many times, like, I was done with this project. I was getting so stressed out because and then when I got stressed out, like, I would mess things up. It was a whole ordeal, and I just want to keep that real with you guys, that not everything goes right the first time, and your girl was on the struggle bus a lot of this project, but I got it done, I made it through, and I absolutely love how it turned out in the long run.
Out like snow in the spring. I just want your time. I just want your time, oh, time. I need your time. 365, 24/7, I'll be fine, as long as you spend a little time. Oh, spend a little time. I need your time. Spend a little time,
Alrighty, I got the caulking done. It was quite the process. I am not good at caulking anything. It was a mess, but I got it done. It looks really good. I wasted a whole towel and like a roll of paper towels, but it worked out. I don't know. I like it. I like how it turned out. It turned out good. I think, let's see, I got the shelves put in. We did end up using a piano hinge for the bench. I thought it would just look better for one. It was longer, and I think it was like $15 at Lowe's. And then it kind of covered that little split that's over here. where the boards weren't cut perfectly straight from the factory. So I think it's okay. We're going to get pillows to cover that. It'll all be kind of covered, so you won't really see that. So it's not going to be perfect. No wood from the factory is perfect whatsoever. If you've ever worked with wood, you know that. So anyway, we got that all caulked. Everything's painted, the shelves are all in. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start by clearing this shelf off. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. And then tonight, Fred will install the TV. We have to bring our TV in here because the girls' TV is too big to go here. And it's the same TV. It's just one is like a 42-inch and one is a 46-inch. So it'll be fine. And then we'll put that in. And then it'll be all done finally on this wall. And we will be able to move on to the next project. So let's go ahead and get all the shelves switched over to here. They do have a cube shelf that I'm going to have to do as well. I might just move the ones off of this shelf over here and then let them kind of come in and organize it the way they want to. And then maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just have them transfer everything when they get home from school, and then after Fred puts the TV up, I will show you guys everything. So how many times did I just say and then? What movie is that from? It's like and then, and then, and then, and then. Oh my gosh, that is obnoxious. I am so sorry for doing that. But anyway, Fred will put the TV up. I'm going to have the girls do their own shelves, and we will get some pillows, and I will show you the finished project once it is complete.
24/7, I'll be fine. Long as you spend a little time. I just want your time. Just want your time.
So I did end up doing just this bookshelf. This bookshelf was actually the brown one on the wall there was actually my dad's when he was a little boy, and I had it my entire childhood. When I moved out of my mom's house, my aunt actually took it for a little while, and then when I got my own home, she gave it back to me to have, and it has been traveling homes with me, and it is here now. So I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with it now that we won't be having it in the girls' room, but that's okay. I will not be getting rid of it because I absolutely love having that. I just cherish those type of items from my parents' childhood. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything of my mom's childhood, but I do have, this, and then I have my dad's little rocking chair that he had when he was a little boy, and I have his sleigh as well, which I absolutely love having those. But anyway, yeah, so I decided that I'm just going to go ahead and clear this bookshelf off, help the girls out, get it all off of there and out of their room, and that way when they got home, they brought the cube shelf back in and unloaded it and put everything up where it needed to go. So I thought I would help get it kind of organized. They did go in and kind of move things around from what I had it at and kind of just made it their own.
Don't need to tell you, you see it in my eyes. I wanna travel, let's drive into the sunrise.
Alrighty guys, so you have made it to almost the very end of the video. Do not check out quite yet. I do want to give you a little recap of how the room looked before I show you the final product. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Come back for the second part of this makeover. I hope you all stay happy, healthy, and safe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye guys.
Tonight